Hello everyone, my name is Loko and welcome to another game of Legacy of the Void. Today I'm going to be playing on one of the new maps, and I just noticed that for whatever reason the map looks really desaturated or something. I don't really know what's going on. It looks kind of wonky. It looks kind of weird, but okay, this is my very first game on this map. I did not expect this to look this weird. I don't know if it's actually being picked up right now by the recording software as well, or it might just be my eyes lying to me. But either way, today we're going to be playing a Zerg versus Terran versus a guy named Hedgehog, who is a diamond level Terran, and obviously this is going to be Legacy of the Void before the actual alpha. Now I'm trying to figure out how this map works. This is a map from the new map pool that got added on today. Which is my natural? I guess I got a couple of options. Alright, we got a couple of different options for a natural. I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna have to figure out what my opponent is doing, right? I think considering we're playing ZVT, and last time we did like a cheesy 1-base play with Ravagers, I think I want to try and open up with 3-base versus Terran. I know, right? This might be a terrible idea, but hey, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I hope the colors aren't too awkward right now, because it seems kind of strange to me. This may be a bug because of like the new map pool or something like that. But I have yet to play a game on this map and on the whole new season, actually. I haven't done my placement match either. So, you know, everything is a little bit shiny, everything is a little bit new, and obviously we got all the Legacy of the Void units that are announced at BlizzCon, all the changes and whatnot, already added to this fan-made alpha, which is pretty cool. I will get wrecked. That's okay. I'm not sure. Is your map or your UI looking weird too? Mine seems kind of grayish. I don't really know why, but we'll see. Let's hope he doesn't like 3-Rex rush me. Oh, I guess he doesn't. I guess he doesn't really. It seems kind of gray. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna keep on playing here. So, I kind of, I'm kind of confused about it right now, but anyway, got my natural up right now, got my 3rd base about to finish up as well, and I'm gonna start making a bunch of queens as soon as I can. We're gonna go up to, I don't know, how many? 6? No. Should we go 6? No, okay, shouldn't do that. Let's make 4 queens. Well, let's make 3 queens, okay? I'm gonna get my Roach Warren as well, because Ravages are amazing. And, oh well, my opponent has that natural, or has that base, or has that barracks done right there. And I'm starting up my 3rd queen right now. Okay. Don't really know if he's making a marine or if he's making like a something else. Let's see if he has a tech lab. No, it's making marines. Those are mariners. Need to figure out whether or not my opponent actually got the natural or the other, you know, the in-base expansion taken right there. Gotta be careful here. Don't want to lose my first overlord. That would suck. Alright. I think we're fine. Oh, maybe not. Nope. Nope. That's unfortunate. Gonna have to put down some creep soon. Yeah, okay. So my opponent does have the natural taken. Means that I do need to make a couple of Ravagers for defense, but I think I'm fine making only a couple. Gonna actually put down a creep tumor right here and then spread it down that way, I think. That's probably the smartest way of doing this. There we go. Now, obviously, no one really knows yet what kind of, you know, what kind of game this will be. My opponent actually scouting pretty early on right there. Kinda cool. He does notice, obviously, that I did go for a triple expo. Well, at least I think he noticed. Alright. So far, looking pretty good. It's gonna make my Zergling speed as well. And I'm gonna start my +1 armor. I think that might be better than going for double upgrades, because I plan on going Ravager Zergling. And I think that should be fine. We don't really need very many damage upgrades anyway if we want to switch to lurkers later on in the game. The damage of them is insanely high anyway. Gotta go for the overlord speed. And I'm doing a little bit of moving out right now with my roaches. And I do want to move them into Ravagers if I can, but I don't know if I will be able to. I'm actually not going to. I'm gonna go for the +1 armor instead. Do need a lot more gas with these sort of builds though. Alright. Let's see. Okay, it looks like my opponent isn't having very much either. That's nice for me. Likely started this 3rd command center just because of the few units that I saw right there. I'm gonna have a bit of a look as well. Already starting to add on extra gases. Do have a pretty significant income very soon. I'm gonna have a look around his main base. with my overload speed right here. Right now I'm also gonna switch back into getting more army units out as well, because I am gonna need some. Alright, there is a third command center down already. Looks like my opponent's actually going mech. Okay. This is gonna be pretty interesting. He is obviously able to make Banshees with Cloak without researching Cloak, because that's not a research anymore. Whatever reason, those guys weren't actually mining. Alright. Gotta watch out here, because obviously, like, Banshees are insane. We noticed that in the game we played ourselves. We very quickly saw that my, you know, my opponent got wrecked really hard in the end by Banshees in that game. Don't know if you guys remember that one, but I played a Terran versus Zerg rather, and my opponent definitely did not have a great time. I was having a great time though. I completely owned him with a bunch of these guys. But all right, let's stack up to a lair after my queens are done, and I'm gonna morph in a couple of Ravagers as well. They are really good, obviously. Okay, and I'm gonna follow this up with more Zerglings. +1 armor is about to finish, which is nice. Alright. Queens are obviously going to be great at dealing with these teams. Hit him, hit him! Do need to start aiming a little bit better with those, but that was not bad. Gonna have to start my fort base too, because I am already starting to mine out my main. You can see like it's going pretty quickly. Okay. Did I not start a lair? Oh, I'm pretty sure I did, but let's move across the map. Actually messed up a hotkey right there. Where are my queens at? Alright, where are them queens at? Queens at? Maybe I should have made a baling nest with this as well. See if I could do some more aggression with that. But well, it's not looking bad. Gotta make some extra Ravagers. And let's move in. Let's just see what we can do here. Now my opponent does have mech. Oh my god, and that's my Zerglings dead. I do have +1 armor here. I'm moving in with a big army and reinforcing with links. This is looking pretty sick. My economy has been really nice. He is gonna cloak those units, not completely sure why. I will be able to nuke them down. There we go. Okay, that does hit him. That does hit him, even though that's ground. And it looks like we're just gonna be able to run in here. Gonna reinforce with Zerglings and with roaches as well. Gonna use the roaches obviously for morphing them into Ravagers. Let's try and nuke down the siege tank. Now the siege tanks are gonna go down instantly right there. And he shouts no, so imba. Yeah, it is pretty strong, I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty strong. Dealing a lot of damage to him. I'm gonna send a couple Zerglings to the other base and reinforcing with more and more and more. Now he is gonna eventually be able to clean this up, obviously. But I think we have dealt the damage we needed to be honest. You know, my units can't really shoot up very well, and he has a very easy time dodging it, but... Alright, we killed pretty much all of his economy. We're gonna follow this up with lurkers. Alright. Actually, we're gonna just morph them into lurkers right away, and I'm gonna go for a bunch of Hydralisk. I do need those. And I'm also starting a couple of Overseers with this army, because he does have a lot of mines. And the mines are going to be pretty tricky to deal with. Alright. Send a couple guys from the main towards the fourth, as well as the natural. And making another round of drones there, just because I can. Alright, nice. Make a couple more Ravagers, as well as the other gases here. Alright, now when these upgrades finishes up, or when this morph finishes up, I'm gonna go for a bunch of lurkers and then move across the map once more. I'm gonna get another one of those guys over there. Okay. Just don't really want to lose right now, so I'm just being overly defensive, I suppose. Alright. Morphing in a bunch of Zerglings. And, well, oh my god, he's giving me a bunch of those for free. come on. Didn't quite get it. Alright, and let's morph in a bunch of lurkers. I don't really know how many lurkers is a good amount. I think like 5 or so would be pretty solid. Obviously can't really have those in the same hotkey group, because that would be a terrible idea. Alright, I'm gonna reinforce it with more Zerglings. Now the morph for lurkers is long ass time. So that's just something to keep in mind right now. We're gonna have to move though. I'm gonna have to move here. I can't just sit back for much longer and let the mules catch up to me. There's no need for that. Gonna get this base going as well. And... oh my god. Widow Mines did not get any weaker. Alright. Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Alright, we're going in, we're going in, we're going in. Well, that was not the greatest engagement right there of all time, but that seems to work. Not completely sure what was going on there. Alright, he is pulling all the SCVs. It looks like this is going to be game, I think. Yeah, for sure. There's nothing he can really do at this point. Alright. Let's morph the alert, or let's burrow the lurkers right here in the main. And let them deal damage. Lurkers are doing a lot of damage, but they're kind of tricky to use. Let's say GG to our opponents. Oh, actually only said G right there. Meant to say GG, but yeah, that was a pretty solid victory right there. I feel like Zerg is in a great position as far as Legacy of the Void goes though. I feel like the Lurker and the Ravager are both like great additions to the Zerg army. When I first heard about them, I was a little bit confused about them and how they would fit in the Zerg arsenal of weapons. But right now, after playing a bunch of these custom mod only, obviously it's only a custom mod, this is not even like set in stone yet. I'm really liking the way they are run. Now obviously it is not balanced yet, there's going to be a lot more things that will be changing, guaranteed. But I really like it, I think it's sweet. I think this is definitely headed in the right direction. And yeah, I can't wait to actually start playing Legacy of the Void more, because so far things are turning out to be absolutely freaking awesome. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more Legacy of the Void content, hit that subscribe button. And I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!